once you get into the Zoo Tycoon training, it works really well. I did not do it at first when I first started playing the game, and now I wish I had because they give you so many different tips running through the what you're supposed to do with the animals and how you're supposed to approach them and things like that. So if you take a look at this, it works out really well. Uh, and there's already animals in this situation, like you see the elephants here. They've already got pretty much everything they need in the enclosures and things like that. So it gives you a good idea of what you want to have there. So it's going to run you through some scenarios. Up in the right-hand corner, there's Welcome Back. There's a tutorial will teach you about animal levels, animal breeding, moving animals, and releasing animals into the wild. So there is in the campaign, you can go in and it challenges you to do these certain things. So going through the tutorial, it's really, really good to know where these things are located, how to take care of the animals and things like that. So that's kind of fun. I'm just running around basically. They want me to add an animal or find out where this animal is supposed to go. Looks like the animal is actually into the level of hunger. So they're saying compare the animals in the exhibit to their levels. So one animal may be really hungry, like here it's in the red, so that means that animal is hungry. These guys, not so much. They could probably survive for a little while. They're going to interact with each other. I find this really, really neat because it kind of gives you, an interactive way of going around the zoo. I love the zoo in person, but you also get to build your own zoo as well, so that's fun. Next, you're going to reach the certain levels as they gain their abilities. Each animal is going to have a different level. When you buy an animal as a baby, they're going to give you later on, they're going to say, hey, your baby animal is now an adult. And that adult can be released into the wild when it reaches level 15 and things like that. So that's going to be really neat for this game. There's also, when you do release an animal into the wild, there's a map that you can look at to see the different animals that you've released into the wild. In this scenario, you're renaming this animal. So this animal is going to be named something like George. You can go in, and as you saw, I actually named him Trophy, which kind of a, hunter's joke. Then you've got all these different platforms and things like that. Hitting the Y button actually takes you into that over aerial view so that you can see kind of what you've got. I play the game almost entirely in that aerial view unless I have to do something like interact with an animal or something like that. This is actually, we're putting in a breeding center. This actually allows you to be able to pair up your animals and they will have babies, but you don't want to leave those babies in the enclosure for too long because they need to be either moved into a different enclosure or whatever, because you don't want, crossbreeding and all that stuff. So there are a lot of different things that you have to look at in this game. So that's neat. Let's see what else. They're gonna have you. Birth of a baby animal is always a great event for any zoo. Guests particularly enjoy seeing baby animals. So your ratings, your guest ratings and things like that are gonna go through the roof if you have tons of babies in your zoo. So that's another tip. If you want to get your guest ratings up, the more babies you have, the more money you're going to make, the more guests that are going to come and enjoy the zoo and things like that. There's also in the challenges, there's also like photographers that want you to go in and they want you to breed certain babies and then they want you to take pictures of it for your advertising, because you are going to advertise in this game. I just reached level 6 in this, and you want to get as high as you can. I've gotten to level 40 and it stopped me there. Um, that was interesting. I thought it would keep going. And it really depends on where you're at. So like I think I was in Central America or something like that. I got to 40. No other animals opened up because the other animals are going to be in different parts of the world. So you're not always going to be able to have all the animals that you want. We're moving an elephant. It looks like the elephant needs to go to another enclosure or needs to go to release to the wild. So if you look, Snowdrop is at level 15. So technically, Snowdrop doesn't need to go anywhere else but the wild because they're old enough. They've been in captivity too long. So, and for whatever reason, Snowdrop is hungry. There's food in the enclosure, so not sure why. That reached me to level 7. Putting in bathrooms, concessions, facilities, things like that are going to raise up your score, your star score, really fast. I know if I put bathrooms in, it just skyrockets. And then I move through all those different things. This is what I was talking about, the map. You can look and see your Indian elephant in the wildlife park, um, being released into the wild. So you can kind of check in with some of the animals that you released into the wild. So the tutorial was complete. Great. Super excited. Just kind of a new game that I've been playing. I hope you guys like it, and I will see y'all later.